Hey guys, this is Night Fury, and today I bring you guys with a very late review of the DX NS Mac phone. So, this item was actually released quite a long time ago, but I only got my hands on this item quite recently. So let's just get to the item, shall we? So on the packaging, we can see the DX NS Mac phone with Kamen Rider Fourze magnet states, and here we have Dojima Yuki, Utaoshi Kengo, and Kisaragi Gentaro. So here we have the Kamen Rider Fourze logo, approved by Toei Company, Bandai. This is the top, just showing you the item. This is the below, just showing you the item with the cool NS Mac phone. On the side we have magnet states and everything, and then here we have magnet states once again, looking all cool and such. And at the back we just have all the instructions, which I'm going to get to later on. Oh, and there's also this little thank you kind of sticker on the box. So now that we've done with the packaging, let's get to the item itself, shall we? So yeah, these are the two items which you will get out of the box, unless you got it from the first factory kind of manufacturing. Then you will get the 3 special Gunbrite cards, which is totally awesome, but I already have them, so it doesn't make really any difference. So yeah, let's get to the item, shall we? So for the north side of the NS Mac phone, we have a giant N on the back of the phone with a huge amount of Bandai silver. And on this side we have the wallpaper, but I'll get to that later. And here we have the switch itself. So on the switch we have the totally translucent red plastic, or maroon red, and here we have the glittery 30 switch logo, which means that it is deluxe, which is pretty cool. So yeah, moving on. So moving on, we have the south side of the NS Mac phone with the giant translucent blue S and the huge amount of Bandai silver. And here we have the translucent plastic switch. And here we have the number pad of the NS Mac phone, but I will get to that later on. So here on the switch itself, we have the glittery logo as usual, cause it is a deluxe switch and it's covered in translucent plastic. So yeah. So now that we have done reviewing the two switches individually, let's combine them into the NS Mac phone, shall we? So let's put the camera up and let's take these two pieces out. And then it's pretty simple. I mean, you just gotta push this red color thing in, and then you just combine it, and then you just see this peg. There's a peg over here. There's a peg. Just peg it in, and there we go. The NS Mac phone. Pretty sweet. And yeah, so let's open it up, shall we? So when we open it up, there's also a peg over here, so it pegs in tightly. So over here we have the NS Mac phone itself. Pretty cool, I must admit. So on the north side of the NS Mac phone, we have the wallpaper of the phone as usual. And here we have the Kamen Rider Club logo. And here we have the message, I guess time, alarm, battery, sound, signal, AM, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock AM, always wake up for Kamen Rider. So on the south side of the NS Mac phone, we have the number pad, which is cannot be pressed. It's just one hunk of plastic, and it's Bandai silver. As usual, we all love our Bandai silver, don't we? So now that we have done with the phone aesthetically, let's take a look at the sounds, shall we? So now it's sound time. So what you gotta do is just take out these plastic things. Over here, and over here. And over here it just tells you not to eat it, and not to eat it. It's not for eating, kids. Don't eat your switches. So what you're gonna do is you just turn it on. There's different ways of turning it on. So the first way to turn it on is just to, just press the 2 buttons. That's about it. So the second way to turn it on is to look over here, where lights come from. Pretty cool. And the third way to open it is just to open the phone and turn it on over here. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's get to the individual switch sounds, shall we? So for the end side of the phone, you just gotta turn it on like so. So the lights come from here or here if you know. So yeah, for the buttons over here, you just gotta press it. We have a button here and a button here. So yeah, they have different functions. When you use the switch on its own, these are the sounds that it makes. So you just press this button over here. You got the mail. So yeah, then we have the limit break kind of button over here, which just makes this generic sound. It's just like when you're typing, you just... yeah, it's just a generic sound. So on the south side of the switch, you just turn it on like so. And yeah, so for the south side, it's actually just a side for hearing all the voices of Kisara Gentaro, Jojima Yuki, and Utahoshi Kengo. So I'm gonna run through all the sounds which they make, both when they call you and when you call them. So now that we have done with the sounds available in this switch, I mean NS Mag phone or these switches, what you gotta do is you just switch them to switch mode. So how do you switch them back to switch mode? Very simple. You just like that, make it into a phone, and what you're gonna do is you see these two packs, one over here, one over here. You just press these two buttons down, and then it comes off just like that. Easy as pie. And there we go, two switches. So here is my Forza driver, so let's henshin into Forza, shall we? Henshin. Henshin! So what you gotta do is just take out the Rocket and Raider switches and turn these two switches on. So what you gotta do is just put them in like so. So let's do this, shall we? Henshin into magnet states. Awesome. So yeah, so now that we have henshin into magnet states, let's take a look at the individual attack sounds, shall we? So for this side of the end side, what you gotta do is just hold on, which is, it fits perfectly, which is awesome. So you can just swivel it down like so. Pretty cool. And then above there will be lights, as you can see over here. And another attack sound is just to activate this button. And there's also lights. So for the S side, it's the same thing. You just make sure your hand is just tight and you just push down the switch. And there's also lights. can also press the button over here to make sounds. And there's also lights. How will they sound individually when you henshin? Well, let's take a look, shall we? So yeah, let's try it, shall we? Let's just put in the switch. Activate the switch. So for the S side, you just put it in. Activate the module. So now that we have done with the individual sounds, let's do the Hisatsu attack, shall we? Limit break. So how do you do that? All you gotta do is just activate this button over here, like so. Activate it. And yeah. And then you just press the button. And there we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you still can get your hands on this Switch, do get it. It's a really magnificent Switch to add to your collection or to finish up your collection. Like me, I bought it just yesterday. And if you want to modify your S-Switch, like over here, to sync it, to sync the henshin, you just gotta click the link in the description below. It will take you to a tutorial which I made yesterday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Rate, like, comment, I don't know, subscribe. And see you guys soon. And this is Night Fury signing out. So for the north side of the Mag phone, we have a giant N on the back of the phone with a huge amount of Bandai silver. And here we have a Hoge. Hoge? What's a Hoge?